Oh, I am still coming on tonight, but I just thought I'd come in my craft room because little Legs is gone, he's out of the way. My messy craft room, but you can't have a craft room without it being a mess. Um, Sat here designing some more designs. Might be playing some music to my art, jewellery, pictures, whatever, to put it in a frequency. Um, so I'm just sat in here. I'm going to move in a minute because it's colder. I just wanted to see who was about and just ask everyone how they're feeling. Seeing as tonight, when I come on, I'm going to be talking about energy. And I got a phone call off Red Pill Phil today, if anyone knows Red Pill Phil. Hi, Lois. Hi, is it Yo Holo? Is it? Hey, I caught your live stream. So I'm getting all these new names. Like, where's everyone coming from? If you don't know Red Pill Phil, you can always go and check his channel out. And he only lives up the road from me, so he rang me this morning. He was like, "Oh, I saw your video from today. It is chilly today, and in the UK, it was really good. Hi, Sue. Hi, Mrs. T. To talk about energy because this is one of the biggest things I feel is what we are understanding or people don't understand. Hi, Mark. So he said, I think we're going to try maybe sometime next week to do an interview just about energy, not anything on anything else. That I normally talk about, like, you know who, they're cute. Just energy, because I get good ass energy from that anyway, but just about energy and how, we see it and stuff like that. So, hi, Paul from Newcastle. So, yeah, I'm just wondering, because I am on tonight about between 8 and 8:30, how everyone's feeling. Like it's a chilly day today, but feeling wise, I'm feeling quite energetic again. You know, I'm just wondering how you were all feeling. Hi, Carol. We've got Lois, Carol, Paul from Newcastle, Mrs. Tate, Mark. I think I'm a bit dyslexic, so is it Yaholo? If that's your name now, if it's not. Sue Clark, and anyone else who might be in chat. And Paulie Griff there. Um, and anyone that might be lurking, if you've not said hi, come and say hi. You're not gonna get bitten or anything in chat. Oh, and a hi from, is it? Oh, I can't say that name. Afrikile. I'll just call you Af now. Got materials for some crafts. It's funny, I'll be mentioning crafts tonight because, someone was bringing my artwork up the other day. So getting some projects done. Hey, High Revolution Revisited. Yeah, I'm in my craft room. It's a tip. It's always a tip. I tidy it and then it's a tip, but you can't not be in a craft room and not make a mess. I get very distracted by different things. I'll be 1 minute I'll be doing, I'll be doing my earrings, and then the next minute I'll be designing bracelets, and then the next minute I'll think, oh, I'll do some cards now. And then the next minute I'll be doing something else, and then doing something else, and then I'm like, oh, look at this mess. But I guess that is one of the best things about doing it all is making a mess. So yeah, it'll get tidied up again this weekend probably. Yes. Oh, happy day, happy great awakening. It is. I don't know if, yeah, creative chaos. Exactly. So that's where I get all my inspiration from anyway. And then I'm like, oh, so yeah, like I just said, I've been talking about energy. So how's everyone feeling? I've just seen you put there, oh, happy day, happy great awakening. I feel that. Even though there's a load of energies flying about within and without, and people not understanding themselves and trying to, sort of throw their projections onto other people, as I've been seeing this week, because of everything that's going on. I've just seen something that I'm going to shout out tonight. It's such a great chat, and some of you probably all have seen it, but I'll save it for tonight. Laugh out, you're so like me. I miss my craft room. Yeah, I know. It's a good job you've got a room to. I know it used to be a room for something else, but it would be nice to have it as another room. But I'm like, but I love my crafts. I love my crafts, and if you love it, so I am lucky in that sense. Even though people who don't have them, you could always have a crafty shed in your garden or something like that, or just make a little space. The bigger your room is, the more crap you get in it, which isn't good. And people can do it in a, IKEA. You could get like a little opening cabinet that can house in whatever it is that you're doing at the time. But anyway, yeah. this chat talked about art. It talked about everything that was going on. Oh, it's warm and beautiful. Weather and beach is amazing here. Ooh, where are you from? Sounds nice. Yeah, they mentioned art and they were mentioning, energy and stuff like that. And it was just a really good listen to, because obviously I always share videos that I resonate with of what people are saying. Because, like in this chat, they did say we go on about a collective consciousness, yes, and a collective. I did write some notes down, but you know me, I won't be reading them. What was it? A collective. No, I don't even know. I don't even think I did write it down. Did I write it down? It's no good at writing stuff down and reading things out at all. Just have to go with the flow. And that's why normally I would say tonight, get a cup of tea and settle down. I know it's going to be a long one. They normally are. Have I ever done a short one? I'm calling this a quick one and it won't be because I just go with the flow. Yeah, as we all know, it's a path to source and we call it. Did the guy say in the video and it made sense, and I thought, yeah, I actually resonate with that. Like, people call it contradicting, it's not. It's changing your mind when you want to change your mind. And just realised there's 17 in the chat. Yes, completely agree. When I used to stock my stall craft room, always looked over the whole house. I used to do big hampers for Christmas. Yeah, be everywhere. I've got beads all over the floor, you always find them everywhere. It's like glitter. Just let me see if I found it here. Did I write it down? Oh yeah, the guy said, I can't remember his name is, but I will shout out the video tonight. Collective, there's a collective awakening, but it's not. It's a. We all say it's a collective awakening. I think it's like a collective consciousness because we all are on the same lines with everything. But this guy said that's where it's going wrong in the spiritual realms. I thought, actually, yeah, I resonate with this now because we all say it's our individual path, but it's an individual looking for other source connections, meaning we all say we're like the Vibe Tribe Soul Fam because we're on the same sort of lines. It doesn't have to be through, I talk about Q a lot and other things, but it doesn't have to be because a lot of people don't believe it, so they want to go against it because they don't believe that. But basically, when you look at the people, they've got the same intent. It's for humanity and lots of other stuff as well. So it's really, yes, it's collective, but it's an individual's journey. And even I've made the mistake still of trying to go in and be like, oh yeah, he's got to do it. We can't. I've said before, we can't get people to do it our way because they understand it a different way. It's like the guy I'm with now. Don't agree on everything that's going on, especially he's not into Q. But there's that thing when I talk to him, his journey, his things, he is doing it his way, and it is to the better good of himself and others, to be in service to others, to pump that frequency out and stuff like that. And it just depends how you do it. And I said to someone today, I do believe, yeah, my early tomatoes are so good. Ooh, I do believe that, hi Scott Ferguson, I haven't got any links yet, they'll be after because I'll have to write them down, you know what I'm like. When the spiritual community, you don't have to be spiritual to be in the community, you are spiritual, born from spirit, born from source. People always go on in the spiritual community on YouTube with light workers, starseeds, whatever they want to say what we are. It's a nice little, the nice words. And they'll go on about oh, I'm a grid worker, I'm a this, that, and the other. Yes, I believe in that. I believe in grid workers, but we've all got different jobs, I believe. So I was saying to someone today, when someone sees someone else pop their head up, going on about what they know, and they'll say they're this, they're that. And this isn't anyone recently. This is what I see going on. I believe there's different waves of different starseeds, light workers, whatever you call it, that have come out over time. So you'll get, I've said this before, you'll get the ones that are grid workers above and below. You'll get people that only do the meditating. They don't come on YouTube. They're not seen. They're not heard. They do this stuff quietly because they're quite shy people and they don't need to put the word out of who they are and what they're doing. So we have different waves of people like that. Then you've got the ones that will come out and speak out. Yeah, because that voice is needed. It's a bit like you're working through chakras of those different energies of people coming into this realm to play the game that will speak out. Because if you had people back years ago that are never going to speak out, yes, we know about energies and how it affects you when you're being positive with your thoughts and your feelings to that, your energy pushing that vibration in that frequency, it does change things because you can create reality, but there's been things there stopping us. But there's been different waves because there's needed to be slowly, drippy, drippy. And I believe, and going off that chat today with this guy said, I thought that's how I've seen it. So when you get the big gobs that like to come out on certain platforms and they will speak their truth and they will speak up compared to ones that, like people will say, I don't want to come on YouTube, I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be that. They've had to have warrior types that will come out, even though we're all warriors, but in different senses of warriors. As in, because of this time now, if you think about it, way back when, they wouldn't have been seen that much because they weren't wanting to be seen, say, light workers, whatever you want to call it, healers. They kept quiet. But because of this time now, people have had to stand up and say something. So you've had all the ones holding the grids, holding the energy, and then you're going to get the ones that are going to speak out because this work's being done, and it's safer for them to speak out. This is just coming in my head now. It's safer for them to speak out now than it was way back, because we know what's happened to some light workers in all different areas of, I'm not talking YouTube, I'm talking about in the singing careers, in the acting, because we all know not all actors are good, Hollywood, the stuff that you hear about Hollywood and all that. It's not that all of them are evil or all of them are bad. High system failure, but there would be a time when those that would speak out and were in fear of speaking out their truth, whether they look silly or not silly. Like I've said before, no one has to believe what I'm saying. It's just my truth of what I'm experiencing, and I like to share it with everyone because I know it helps people. But it's not what I'm saying, it's the frequency and the intent of what I'm trying to get out, which is what me and Red Pill Phil were talking about today, and someone else I was talking to, and someone else who I messaged and they messaged back. It's the intent. Everything is the intent. And I've said before, energy is energy. It's neither good or bad. It's the intent that you put on it, your intentions, your focus that you put on that. My intention on YouTube is not to let people go, oh, it's disinformation. Don't matter what it is if I've got anything right or wrong. The whole point is I'm trying to help people. I always have been like this on YouTube. You only have to go right back to the beginning of when I first came on, no matter what I was talking about, makeup, whatever it was. And I've gone through many different stages and changes of hairstyles and everything. That doesn't mean I'm not who I was before. I'm still the same person through different hairstyles, different clothing. I like to express how I'm feeling at the time. Nothing wrong with that. So I hope people, where this is all coming, well, I do know where it's all coming from, sees it like you've had to have, it's like on a chessboard, as we all know, we're playing a chessboard game, in a war, on a football pitch, you have different types of people in that game, this game that we're in. Like, I'm not saying this is what it is because I don't know, but say like in a war, you'd have the ones that go to the front, that probably get killed off first because they're like, yeah, charging in, I don't know what they're called. You'll have the ones at the back. You'll have the ones giving the orders. Do you know what I mean? So I feel that's like us. So we have all this, like, the ones way back, were doing the holding the energy. And then there's ones that came after them who were doing this other stuff. And gradually, people have started talking out. And I think people in this community get so arsey when other people start talking out, and they're like, you don't need to talk out about it, you don't need to be seen and heard. Well, yes, you actually do in this age right now, the age of information, because as I was saying before with energy, the age of information now, there's that much information, people getting confused with this, that and the other. What mainstream media are putting out is quite hard to get round. That's why you've got to feel into it, and it's putting people in lower states of frequencies, which is either negative or positive. So yeah, thank you, Sue. So do I. I was there, but it was working through those stages of me to bring me right where I'm supposed to be right now. This is why, I don't know if Sue remembers, I used to always be like, I don't know why I'm on YouTube, but really I guess I've always known why I'm on YouTube. And the channel that I'm going to shout out tonight, probably with a few others, with someone on it, has realised why they had to put a podcast together with certain people to be right where we are right now at this divine time. It's divine timing. Some people won't agree with that. That's okay. I believe in all this. There's a knowing of that. Looking back now, thinking, oh, I don't even know why I'm on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. I like talking to people, but now I'm like, oh, bigger picture, yes, I do know why I'm here. I do know why I was led to go to YouTube, because the whole thing came out of a trauma anyway, which most of us do come to things when we've gone through some sort of trauma. Hang on a minute. Let's get a drink. Vibration, two kind of, yeah, vibration, energy, vibration, and frequency. Your good vibes are amazing. They keep us going, sweetheart. Thank you, system failure, because that's just what I think it is. It's just an energy I'm putting out. Doesn't always necessarily you have to be on the same thing as me with what I'm saying about certain things that I talk about. It's the vibration I'm giving out, and the energy I'm giving to people to be and stay positive in these times now, because these times are pretty mad. Thank you, good servant. So, like I said before, the chat tonight is energy, because it's the energy that you're holding yourself in, that vibration, which is sending that frequency out. And you can detach from certain frequencies if you don't want to be in them. I'm still learning this, but the more you start working on yourself and that you see all that, you can see it all. You can see everything is just energy, and you don't have to let it affect you the way maybe it has in the past. But it's good that we've had that experience, because then you understand how it affects you. If you don't have, because remember, this is all about experience. That's why I can talk about stuff on my channel, because I'm actually having the experience. It's not like someone said the other day, oh, she's watching videos, she's reading books, she's just regurgitating and trying to piece a bit together. No, I read books because I like to read books as well, and it makes more sense reading that. Yes, it's all there because it's all there, and certain videos that I watch, but I'm actually experiencing this. And this is why I believe when I go to a channel, I'll resonate with it. And it doesn't just come up because of algorithms. It comes up because I've asked for a channel to show me something and resonate with something and come across soul family and good people. Thank you, Candy Apple. Don't all have to agree with everything. My hubby was just talking last night about how we love and good debate and healthy discussion. Exactly. We all get triggered down again, and we all do that thing like that. That's just a part of learning as well. Great energy can be picked up. Just your smile keeps us going, and your message is getting to who needs to hear it. Thank you, system failure. And I do think that it's not just me, it's you out there, with a smile to somebody, eye contact. Other YouTubers out there, whether we're agreeing or not, they're doing great content as well. And it is just to get that message out to everybody that there is a great awakening happening. It's not doom and gloom. It is how you handle your energies here with people around you and their energy fields, the planets, everything. If we weren't all here trying to pump this positivity out on YouTube in the internet, not the ethernet, the internet here, how I'll ask you all the question now, how actually would you all feel now? Because I know if you were trying to look at stuff, because it's obviously like the past where you couldn't get on the internet and you couldn't see if people were talking, you'd just think you were mad, wouldn't you? How would you feel if you weren't coming across the channels that you're coming across now, with people, trying to pump out a good frequency? How would you all in chat, who are in chat now, feel if you couldn't access it? And people do like to see it, because yes, you can access it through different ways, but just to see that, it is nice to see other people talking about the thing that you're experiencing or going through, and knowing that they've still got a smile on their face. I mean, one thing is just don't watch the news. Don't watch TV. We need to be strong. We forget that we are all amazing. Yes, we are. We're all amazing. We've all got hidden powers that are coming out, what you focus on the most, what you love. Like I'm in my craft room, beavering away with my little new designs and stuff. I think I'm going to do a drawing for tonight of the energy of I'm feeling in a visual, because that's what I've been doing. I'd have eaten a bullet by now, I think. Yeah, Mark, and that's what I mean of like people back in the day when they knew about this stuff. A lot of people have committed suicide because they knew something was going on, but because a lot of people are dumbed down, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, and we've all been dumbed down, brainwashed, especially through the TV and stuff. They've looked round like we are now with the Great Awakening, with other people getting caught up in different protests, and we're like, what the? Why are people, and way back then, there wasn't a lot of people awake. There was people awake, but when you can actually see it, just like you said, the people can't be told, they need to be shown. It's easier. Hi, Yvonne from Holland. Oh, if Yvonne's from Holland, we did hear that, I don't know if it was 30,000, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if you know anyway, paedophiles have been caught in Holland. It was like, happening all over the world, which is a good thing. Arrested, I should say. So, hi in Holland. So, yeah, anyone else want to say how they would feel? Because that's quite true, Mark. I think people would feel like that. And that's why it's good that we're all sharing, because we're caring. That's why we want to share our experiences and thoughts on what we think's going on and stuff. Whether we've got it right or wrong, we're not saying we've all got it right. And if I get things wrong or say things wrong, which I do, that's just me being me. We're not all perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect. I've tried many times to jump off this live too, but I always end up back here in this reality. And I think when I give you the link tonight, it's quite interesting because it was good about the karma that we're trying to get rid of and stuff like that, and how we release all that. Because like I said before, we are releasing stuff from the past. Many sections later, and a few madhouses made me stronger. Yeah, all the madness, all the traumas in your life build you up to be stronger. It will either tear you down, like I said, and if you stay in it, like I'll be repeating this tonight, or it'll push you forward. Because, in that warrior sense of like, right, okay, everyone is learning all the time. Information is key. Yes, it is. And that's why people say, oh, you shouldn't be reading a book. You shouldn't be doing that. Well, information is the key. And your information as well. It doesn't matter how you learn. If it's making sense and it's working for you, that's all that matters. Everyone is learning all the time. Information is key, regardless of what you agree or is not. Everyone, but good energy out there, and people have. That's what I mean. If it's something, if you've read a book and it's made your mindset a lot freer and open, and it's giving you good vibrations, and it's making you want to shine your light to other people and be kinder to other people. And even if you get triggered, that's fine, but you'll always look at it and then you'll be better again the next day. There's nothing wrong in that. So people need to stop feeding into that as well. I've got many books on many different things. I've got the Dianetics book now because that's not what people said it was. And it's that book gets you right at the beginning. But it is all to do with mind, as a lot of us know. Your thoughts become reality, and that's why you've got to stop feeding into the negativity. People trying to bring you down in negativity, because when you go down in negativity and someone makes you feel like crap, you'll think about it all day. And you will feel that vibing of like anger. That is a vibration. That is a lower frequency. And that lower frequency is fear. Anger, sadness, that's all a lower frequency. That we're trying to raise ourselves from. Snap out of it. And that's what we're all, realizing. And that's what we're here to do, is to raise our frequencies. We are all energy vibrating in frequencies, but we're trying to take our energy to vibrate in a higher frequency. That's why they say a higher state of consciousness, a higher consciousness. Yeah, not a lower one, a high vibrating consciousness. You want to manifest, which I'll be talking about tonight. You have to put the energy into that vibration, that frequency, like it's already here. You've got to feel it. And when you feel it, the feeling is of it's already here. It's like a love vibration, because love is the highest vibration. A love vibration of when you think about something that you really love, this is how you can bring this vibration in. If you don't understand, I will repeat after. Think of anything joyful, anything that you've been like, oh my God, I'm so happy. When you want something to manifest, put that feeling to that manifestation and know it's already here. 7 must be heavenly spiritual number. Yes, it is. I've got 7 subs. I'm not sure why. Oh, check your channel out. Go and sub. 7 thumbs up here and 7 follows me everywhere. 7 heaven. And I think, if I'm correct, Prime Disclosure, if you haven't checked Prime Disclosure's channel out, was talking about the number 7 the other day, of it's highly something or other. I can't remember. But yes, it is. Number 7's very good. I'm looking into manifestation at the moment. Oh, good, Mark, because I'm talking about that tonight, and I have got a book on that. And it is a good book. It's just a book that shows you how manifest you can bring it in. I've talked about the story before. I'll re-talk about it tonight. I'll write that down actually, so I remember. I've done. Someone was saying the other day, um, about water, programming water. I know about that. If you know about Dr. Emoto, I talked about this about 2 years ago. I did 2 experiments on YouTube about Dr. Emoto. A lot of people probably know or heard of it. If you haven't, just go and type in Dr. Emoto on YouTube and you can have a bit of an audio. You can do the test to see how your thoughts are projected onto certain stuff. You can put your frequencies on food, water. I do it in my artwork. You can program your art. You can program anything with your intentions. So I will be talking about that tonight as well. The way I see it. The way I see it. Got a cookie the other day. Right, what, through your manifestation? Yes. You put it out there. I'll do my story tonight. I've done it before, but I'll tell you my stories with manifestation. Some are, and I've noticed they're really, really, really strong at the minute. I said something the other day and something happened, and I was laughing to me fella going, well, I did say last night, I did put it out to the universe, so I don't know why I'm acting dead surprised with it. I'm like, oh my God, so funny. So that's why I say when I start to sell these at craft fairs, my jewellery and stuff like that, that I'm trying to make stock for, they will have a good intention on them, because where I am in that moment of time when I'm creating is in the now. And then in the now of me loving my creations and what I make is a frequency. So when someone receives something off me, this isn't just off me, this is off other people, of whatever you do. Could be a poem, anything. Could be workshops, you do something you do at work. It's in there because in that moment, be in the moment. I'm not in thinking about anything else. I'm in the moment of doing what I'm doing at the time. That goes out to people. And I'm just saying that because this is my experience with, this is what I want to do. So if someone was purchasing something of mine, it's got my energy intentions in it, which is love, because I love doing it. So, yes, Dr. Emoto, look at his beautiful photo. Yeah, I've got the book actually. Let me see if I can just show you a few pictures if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've got 3 variation notepads now with some funny notes and lists of things to do. Ah, good. Like I said, I will bring some crafty some drawing videos. Like Mrs. T does some as well, so check her channel out. Did someone just go? If someone just, system fell, is it just, they're just gone? Great show. Oh, see you later. Some can be spot up. Yeah, so let me see if I can find the book. We all know I've got a bookshelf with loads of books on. Let me just see. I'll show you the pictures. It's frozen water crystals, I think. Let me see. Let's have a butcher's. Move Jack out the way. Just put you over there. Yeah, I've got Dr. Joe Emoto. No, that isn't. That's Dr. Joe Dispenza. Right, where's this book? I don't know where it is. I've got Magenta Pixies books. Book, I should say. I can only show you if I can find it. So, let's have a sit down here. Let me just have a little look. What's that? Oh, no. The first book I pull out is Baron Trump. Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. We'll just put that back in there. That'll trigger some people, won't it? Oh, Boom Shalaka's in the house. Right, where is this book? I know it's on this. It's not really an order of like what I've got on this bookshelf. Like it needs sort of. Right, I've got The Great Awakening and Triggered by Donald Jr. The Light. I keep forgetting about that one. Light Medicine, which I'll have to go into another time. Could go through some of my books sometimes. Right, I'm trying to find it. Where is it? The Book of Enoch. Yeah. We're not. Well, I don't really know. Oh, I've got the little Bible there. Oh, I really don't know where this book is. I think I might try and find it for tonight, just for the people who may have not seen it. But like I said, you can go and check it out yourself. I think I've had it out somewhere. What have I done with it? Really intrigued about Baron's advert. Yeah, you want to be intrigued in it because it was written years ago. And the little boy looks like, obviously, Trump's son, called Baron. Right, just let me have a. Is this it? Is this it? No, it's Crystal book. That's I've got the poetic Edda. Is it the Norse gods and heroes? No, right. I really can't see it. It's here somewhere, unless it's gone for a walk. It's gone for a walk. Where's it gone? Anyway, it's probably staring at me right in the face right this minute. I just can't see it. Yeah, I think it is. One more check. Yeah, haven't a clue where it is. It's on that bookshelf somewhere, but I got this bookshelf a few months back. It's massive to put all my books on. I just don't know where it is. But you can go and check it yourself. And if I remember, I will dig it out to show you the pictures. But just let me write down manifestations. I'll just check chat in a minute. Manifesting and Dr. Emoto. Dr. Emoto. And you can do, like I said, you can actually do the experiments with Dr. Emoto and check it out yourself. So it's not me telling you. You can actually do the experiment. I did it about, might have been 3 years ago actually. I showed it on YouTube. So I've known about that for a very long time. There seems to be people on here that just think I come up with stuff recently and think that I'm copying them. And it's like, no, I was looking at that about 3 years ago and did the experiment. So, you know, it's made with vibrational frequencies. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My wife and I miss you. Have been gone for a few months. Your energy and positive always brighten our days. Oh, thank you, Dan Smith. You're not the two that I've met, is it? Because I get mixed up with everybody's names and who I've actually met off YouTube in real life. Let's manifest more energy put into our accounts or hands. Happen to me. Just saying, like as God, Jesus, and prayer in general. Yeah, whatever you want to say. Yeah. Ilko was interviewed on the Leap project. Oh, thanks for reminding me, because the Leap project, I watch many videos. I love watching other people's take on things, and I am subscribed to him. But like I said, I just don't get notifications like none of us do, really. And I forget who I'm sub to, and videos that I like to go and check out and see what they're talking about. See, if I go over there and they see what they're talking about, and I haven't seen them for months. We all know it's basically the same thing. That's why I think people are getting triggered of, oh, somebody's copying me. It's like, no, we're all in this together. We're all talking about the same thing because it's the same thing going on, even though we might express it differently. So thanks for that. What do I think about King John III? I'll tell you right now what I think about King John III. I have done what's the Hay Boot What? I've not heard of that one. Oh, thank you, Big Brother Bri. I have Dr. Emoto's book also, full of beautiful. Yeah, the Dr. Emoto book, the crystals in it are beautiful, and it just shows you when you put your intention on love and kind words, it's beautiful. When you say horrible things to it, they're all not very nice. That's why I say you've got to be careful how you speak to yourself, because your body is made up of mostly water. That's why you've got to be careful and love yourself, and it's about self-love as well. With the Japanese fellow, what do you mean? We're talking. Did you ever those pictures? Oh yeah, Dr. Emoto. Yeah, Dr. Emoto. I like to say it like that, Dr. Emoto. And what do I think about Kim Jong-un? I was gonna say that. What do I think about Kim Jong-un? Can I just say, I watched for the first time last night Team America. And I laughed my head in it. I laughed my head off all the way through. I went, oh yeah, well, and it was like, Team America, fuck yeah, Team. I was like, yeah, I was singing it. My fella's like, oh Jesus. I went, oh yeah, I could well edit this and stick Trump in it and laugh my head off. It was hilarious. Yeah, long live Fusker, Vincent Fusker. And then I watched Ready Game Player One, is it called? I know I've got that name wrong, and I was like, well, this is eye-opening, isn't it? Because it's all in the movies. Ready Game Player One, with the avatar, everyone's playing the games in it. It was like, really? And there was a big magic orb in it. And I was like, well, and it was a test, because this whole thing we're living is like an initiation, basically. Initiation, of waking up to yourself. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. What do I think of King Jong-un? Well, right, King John III. Magenta Pixie put a video out today with Jen McCarthy. I think it's Jen McCarthy, might have got that name wrong. And they were talking about it. I'm on their wavelength as I've not been looking at a lot about it. I think I shouted out the other week because they were on Charles Ward's channel, but I'm not resonating with it at all. Like they said, they could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just really sat on the fence with it because just like me and my dad have discussed, and I think they said, we don't need a monarchy. We don't want a monarchy. So, yeah, exactly. No more royals. We don't need a monarchy. People think we do. We don't. Um, but we could be wrong. But I haven't been watching those videos with people talking about it because I just don't resonate. And like I said, if I don't resonate with something, I don't watch it. And it's not because if I'm watching a video and it's got different bits in it, like I can talk a bit, I can ramble about a few different things. So some people might resonate with something I'm saying, but not everything. When it's just one chat on that, I just won't watch it because I'm not getting a feeling from it at the minute. I got hot fire for Charles Ward. What do you mean hotter fire? He's got good stuff on there, but just when they were talking about, I'm not saying that channel's wrong or they people are wrong, but I think a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon with that, and I'm just saying if it's true and we do have some sort of one, then maybe we will have one. Not that I really think we need one, and it will be for the good. But the royals were always known as sovereigns. They're not just sovereigns and we're not because that's how they see it. We weren't sovereign beings because they're controlling. We're sovereign beings, every single one of us. Like Magenta Pixie said, are queens, princesses, kings, princes, whatever you want to call yourself. We're all from the divine. So therefore we are all kings and queens. Um, divine creators, architects, whatever. So that's why I've not really talked about it because I ain't really got anything to say on it because it's like I said, a lot of this stuff I'm watching, I'm observing what people are saying all over the internet and then trying to tune into the ethernet and I just don't you can't do that in these realms. What do you mean? I don't get what you're saying, Justice, as I got hot fire for Charles Ward. You can't do that in these realms. Do you mean for a monarchy to say that they're sovereign and they don't see us as sovereign? Is that what you mean? Because we're all sovereign. Um, but yeah, I just don't really talk about because I don't. Yeah, yeah, we are ruled by maritime law. That's what a lot of people don't know. They think we're on land law. We're not. We're on sea law. We've been on sea law for a very long time, but that's all falling down and stuff. It's only because we didn't know, we were deceived. As soon as you're born, the birth, which is like a boat, a lot of people know about that, and your higher case, everything's done in higher case because they own us. But we didn't know that about birth certificates, but people are going to find out. So that's all falling. He ran all surveillance in UK HMP. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm not saying Charles Ward isn't good. I think he's got some good stuff on his channel, but the whole conversation about the king thing, I'm like, I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in energies and people trying to learn about how not to get caught up in stuff. Um, because I'm not saying that could be a false sort of energy to get people's hopes up. A lot of people say that about Q, but when you actually research, but like I said, not going into that because people just go on about that. But I don't know, and that's why I haven't spoke about it because I don't know, but I don't actually think we need one. Some people might see that as mad, but if they know that it was never working for us in the first place, we could have new ways and new solutions, and that means different things, not the same, not the same, not the same. So, I don't resonate with these chemtrails. I haven't, I mean, it's cloudy today. I haven't seen it, I haven't really seen that much, especially now. 1,000% false and Charles is fraud. Yeah, I mean, I just believe, it's a bit like Alex Jones and all that. We know what he is, but like you get truth and lies and everything. And sometimes people have people on the channel, because I'm seeing this a lot, where their channel might be good, but then they're having people on that they think are, knowing, and then they're getting people on that are probably like deceivers, if you get what I'm saying. But I just think dark to light, the dark ones or anyone working for that side are getting seen like in mainstream media and will be seen. So that's why I just said observe, resonate with what you resonate with, because it's all going to come out anyway. And there's a lot of us who are going to get things wrong and realise that some of the people we might have thought were black hats are not the white hats, and vice versa, because there's black hats pretending to be white hats and white hats pretending to be black hats. And you still get that with 3D here. So it'll be interesting to see, won't it? There's just snippets of when something's said about who they know, and you're like, well, you said you knew about Q 2 years ago. It's been going on longer than that. When it first started, it didn't start 2 years ago. But just saying, that doesn't mean he's not. But I'm just saying, I'm observing what's being said on these channels and stuff as well. Well, did the FBI say that extra dimensional beings that the FBI calls them might be fallen angels? Yeah, well, there's people don't move money around the world like he suggests anymore. They're all well, yeah, the FBI. Well, in Q, it says fourth dimensional negative beings. People talk about the fallen angels because you could look at that as people who just fell from grace, people who wanted to work for the dark side. Yeah, demons, whatever you want to call it, negative entities, those energies that have gone over in them realms that are just negative. It's like some people say, you go on about the deep state. I believe there's something above the deep state which isn't from this world, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, but you've also got to remember there's people in the FBI, the CIA, the government, the police. It doesn't mean all these people in these areas are bad, because there's ones that don't know nothing. They're not meant to know anything. It's not everybody in those places. Those places were meant to be for the people. The government was meant to be for the people, but things got in there. And when they get in there at the top, they change it. And the people at the bottom don't always know. They think they're working for the better. It's just like the protests. Some of them think they're doing it for the good, but they're actually not, because what lies behind it is something not malevolent. Do you know what I mean? But people don't know that. Yeah, realms. Yeah, lower vibrational. Yeah. It's just like levels of that's why they say 3D, 4D, 5D. That's how I see it. It's like 3D is quite negative, as in it's a materialistic, and then 4D is moving up from that and realizing and looking, and then 50 is the whole like coming to compassion and love, which is one of the hardest ones I think is to do, because you still get triggered. But we are working towards that. But like I said, I'll be re-going over all this tonight of how it just flows out of me. But yeah, and that's why mainstream media control, because they control the majority of the masses worldwide, and so do the celebrities. It's not all celebrities, but they use celebrities to control people, because people see celebrities as good people. Like Tom Hanks is really nice. He's always played a good character and a nice person. Is he though? Is he? So the new virtual reality bodysuits, during the demo, he showed the kid he could control his muscles in the suit with the computer, made him raise his arms and move hands. Oh, Nails, was that do you mean, are you talking about the film that I watched last night? Ready Player One, is it? Ready Player One? Ready Player One. Yeah, and in that, I'm trying to remember it now. In that film, when he got another suit, he got more powers. But that's a bit like us waking up and realizing we are more powerful, and it's like a body of armor that we're putting on. I can't remember what happened at the end now. I mean, obviously they won. They went against the was it LOL or whatever it was, whatever the big controlling thing was, but realised it was all sort of an initiation at the end anyway. But the baddies in it, the dark people, didn't, the ones who were controlling the game, didn't think the people would rise up and go against them, but they did when they heard the call, because they put a call out, didn't they, and said, it's not about money. Oh no, YouTuber went on Demon. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm talking about that now. You know, the game was about money, and you got money. Hi, Red Eye Jedi. You got money the more you played, whatever it was, and all that. Because I mean, that's how it's going with kids today, isn't it? With the gaming, the more money you got, and but in the end, it wasn't about that. Like the resistance, the resistance, the rebel forces were like, well, we're not really here for the money. We're here to save the game, to keep this game, like you could say, world, if you look at a different place, to not have it destroyed. We're not bothered about that. We want it to stay. We want it to stay how it was properly made to play the game, which goes back to me where if people say this world is a game that we live in and it's some sort of like teaching school, whatever you want to say, because it's the same thing to me. This is just how I'm expressing it. I'll come in chat in a minute. Is we got distracted. I've said this many times before. We've not been able to play it properly with manifesting the way we're supposed to play because those negative entities, energies, frigging whatever it is, archons, whatever what people want to say, have been controlling for a very, very long time. So we don't, yeah, you can manifest, but we don't think we've had it as strong as it is and the way it should be and the way we should be able to go off world and within our minds, traveling the way we should be doing. Lena, hey, finally caught you live. There's loads of people saying that at the minute. It's making me giggle. Hi, Lena. And there's loads of people whose names I haven't seen before, which I think is fantastic. So I sort of look at it like that. Love that necklace. Is it something? No, it's not something I've made, even though I want to. It's something I've got a few weeks back. Not the necklace, just the crystal. So it reminds me of the sun. Doesn't show up on here because the focus on here is really naff. So I sort of see it like that, and I've always said that, and that's why when people say, "Oh, we're going to be done for our sins," well, no, we're not, because we didn't know we were playing part of some of the dark side of the food we eat and the stuff we do, and not realizing what we've done and what we've contributed to without knowing, because we have. Even if you think you haven't, you have. But I've said before, those people who knowingly knew that they deceived the world and have deceived people into all sorts of different stuff. They knew, we didn't. If you knew, you wouldn't have done it. Well, some of you might, because some people are greedy, but if you knew, you wouldn't do it, if you get what I'm saying. Thank you, Mrs. T. Ricky Gervais, yeah, Ricky Gervais has woken a lot of people up, openly threatened the cabal. Yeah, and the reason why celebrities are talking out now, I mean, even though Ricky Gervais has said bits on the Globes before, and that'll be the last. We won't be having another one of them shows. That's gone now. That the Global, that's their last pat on the backs to the selves, their evil selves. Is the reason why he's saying more now is because he knows the Kabbalah, they're took down basically. They're just playing the last bits of crap out of the bits of ammunition that they've got left. This is now for the world to see, to be shown what's going on. So I got a video sent me the other day from Israel of how the police are brutally attacking the people. Now, and I mean brutally. And people say, why is this still going on? Well, this is why I say you've got to be aware of what's going on so you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because, yes, people are going to get attacked and things are not going to be nice that happens, but the world has to be shown this. Has to be shown this. It's the only way. So, yes, people are going to get caught up and people are going to pass and this, that, and the other, but it has to be shown, and this is the way it's being done. Hi, Northern Wolfhound. So yeah, that's how I see it anyway. Yeah, Hank's maybe gone. I think someone said he was on TV or something the other day saying something, but that don't mean nothing to me. They could have done that ages ago. They normally know when things are down. They will record stuff before, just like they did on the BBC. I don't know what paper it was or the news, where they were about to put out about Maxwell, and it said on the 11th of July that she'd something about the virus on the 11th of July. We're not at the 11th yet, and that was printed out because they'll have stuff already ready for that day of what they're printing out. And someone reckoned they put it out there by mistake, have sent it instead of saved it. The 11th of July, we're on the 9th, aren't we? So clearly know how they work. So Tom Hanks or whatever it was, even if it's him, they have a lot of lookalikes, don't mean niche to me when people go, yeah, but it was on TV. Was he? Or was it pre-recorded? So that don't mean jack shit to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, well, don't mean nothing. Because he's gone quiet. He went quiet. Random fireworks going off here weekly, some kind of signal, but Still not sure from who or who is direct. Ah, yeah, because where are you from again, Lois? Exactly. And I was watching last night. One put on. Oh, look at this conspiracy channel about weapons of energy weapons. But we've got energy weapons. We've got things like CERN, which got shut down a few years ago anyway. We've got HAP. We all know about that. Energy directed weapons. Well, we know that they used them in, was it California? Lasers you can from the ground and the sky from, you know, satellites, whatever. We know that. But people think you're like bonkers. It's like, yeah, but it was already there in films like frigging Star Wars who were using lasers on things. You think we haven't got it? We've had that technology for ages. And then they'll go, ooh, a fire started. Did it? Or did it also start from a smart meter or something? So when you start looking into that, um, the forest fires, some of them, do you remember? The houses were burnt from within, the trees weren't burnt. Laser, I think. There was a laser seen from the sky, and if people don't believe that, then they need to go and research. So, and I'm sitting there watching all these programs like, yeah, well, they've already got it, haven't they? So I find it, I'm just like, oh, West London, oh, okay. I've been really naughty today and treated myself to a latte mocha caramel, which I don't normally have, but I just saw it and thought, ooh, just don't tell anyone. Because I know that I'll have cow's milk and I don't normally drink cow's milk. UK Goddess Roundtable on Simon Park's channel. Is that a recent one or is that the one a couple of days ago? Because I haven't seen anything come up yet because I'll have a watch in a bit. Yeah, Ricky Gervais knew what's. Yeah, you can tell he always knew what was going on with the way he took the mick out of celebrities, and he's not one of them that, yes, he's a celebrity, and yes, he's made money. That's not a bad thing, but it's a bit like in his shows when he did The Office and the other ones he did. What was the other one called? Where he's took the mick out of the celebrities, and in that show where he became more of a celebrity, and his friend was like, "You've changed," all that sort of stuff. You can see it all, and more, you will get celebrities starting to speak out who are not afraid anymore, because if that side isn't in power, that's why you'll see it, because they used to, like I said, you'd get killed off, you'd get silenced, you'd get bribed, you'd get blackmailed, your family would get blackmailed. So that's why a lot of people haven't spoke out, but these people will start speaking out, and that's why I'm saying what's coming, you need to raise your frequencies, your vibration into a more positive state of mind and open-minded for what's coming, because like I said, most in chat, we all sort of have a knowing of what's going to be maybe seen and heard and shown to the masses that are asleep. But I mean, what their mindset's going to be like. But it has to happen. So this is why there's people out there trying to get everyone on a so-called spiritual alignment. You don't have to call it that. Basically, it's just you finding yourself again, knowing what's true and false, and trying to get around those energies that are being put out and not staying in it and sinking to the bottom. Feel like you're drowning. We don't want you feeling like that. Yeah, same one, just spreading the word. Oh, okay, yeah. Simon Parks, he did have a round table. The round tables are brilliant at the minute. They're really good. I like the round tableness. So, like I said before I go, because I'm going to be on after, do you all believe? Yes, I actually do believe in the, I can never say this one. No, I'm going to say it wrong. Nezara Gazara. One's America and then the other one's the world. I do believe it's going to come in slowly. It's already started happening in America because people have been saying their university loan debt has been wiped out. So I do believe that's coming in. And the more we believe in things on the same timeline, the more it will come in anyway. But I do believe that because we're sovereign, we're not supposed to be under all this control and the money thing, and like certain parts of the world are in poverty. No, we're all supposed to be equal in abundance, in all abundance. But that side have kept it like that because it feeds them, it feeds their greed. They're doing things in certain countries where it's classed as a third world country because they do stuff and they traffic kids and they do all that stuff. So, the man-made wars, we're paying taxes for man-made wars that we weren't even involved in. They did this to everybody. So why are we paying for their crap? And that's where the monarchy comes in again. Don't need one. That's all I'm saying. That's what I believe. Yeah, no, all links up the terrace. Exactly. We had 2 shootings yesterday. Did you? Where are you from, Nails? Call you Nails. Yeah, and that's this is what I mean. You know, there'll be false flags, there'll be shootings, there'll be people getting messed up in head where they're going doing things because they're residing in the wrong form of energy. That's why that side want you to be in a lower frequency to get mad. So you'll be fighting against people, literally and physically. Those people who want to go out fighting in the street with protests and stuff like that, they want you doing that. Oh, really? You know, there's still going to be madness going on because, like I said, the world has to be shown before it gets any better. It's still going to get it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially with the election coming up, because that side are trying to fight against it. They know it's not going to happen, but they won't give up. They'll just use every bit of an ammo. So this is why I say, in certain countries, be aware. You have to watch the news to be aware, but remember, switch it because it's not normally what they say. So you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time because people are going to get injured, worse than that because they're in the wrong time at the wrong place feeding into that sort of energy. So what can you do? It's up to people on their path of how they're gonna, you know, go with what they know. Oh, did you? Do you know what though, Nails? All that in the end, of what it doesn't look like it at the minute, I believe we all will be all right in the end. And there'll be something better coming in, even though it doesn't seem like it at the minute with people who've had those experiences. If you've had it, it'll be all worth it in the end of of the beautiful thing that's going to happen after all this chaos. Because, like I said, there's still going to be batshit crazy things going on running up to this very big time of the elections, and people think that's in America, yeah, but it's to do with the world, why they want to take Trump out and stuff like that, of what he knows, what a lot of us know. Um, Asheville is very Masonic, but also great positive energy and healers. Yeah, you probably find where there's very Masonic, and I'm not saying all Masons are bad because they're not, is churches and places and certain things are on grid lines, which pump out a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy stored there, so that's why you'll get churches with spires and Masonic buildings because they're over it, or they're harvesting off that energy because they know what we're all supposed to know. They know how it works, but like I said before, the energy is not good or bad. It's the intention that's put on the energy. So if there's a so-called building that looks all, whatever, but it's normally underneath things are going on, rituals and stuff like that, because it's harvesting under there. It's like people who go to churches, and I'm not talking about people who go to churches saying your church is bad, but there'll be some places somewhere, as we know, that will be a church. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm going praying there. What's going underneath there? What's going on in the Vatican? Big place of religion. What's gone on there? What's gone on underground? How many people, kids have, do you know what I'm saying? But that place is supposed to have been taken down now, but you're not getting told about it or shown about it because mainstream media aren't showing people. So people just poo-hoo it. But one evil guy and that place. And people won't want to believe that. The Vatican, what are you talking about? It's a highly religious place. Yeah, wait till they find out. That's going to be another explosion of people get mad. But this is where people have got to calm down and just realize what's been going on. It's not nice to be deceived. It's not nice to be lied to. This is why I say I have a problem with people who lie. Like I said the other day, I'm not into people who lie blatantly. And if someone's got something wrong, fair enough, but you don't go and lie blatantly. And people who attack, as in not saying comments, people who have their own opinions, but blatantly going out with a foul mouth, threatening people, like I said the other day, just because they're caught up in their own shit and their own energy and can't get their head around it, so they go off to blame people, which is what I'll be talking about tonight, because that's that whole thing of not taking responsibility for you in your mind, your mindset, your energy, of the energies that are flowing through your body, not understanding and trying to sit with yourself and figure it out. All they have to do is look at those statues, snakes. Yeah, in the Vatican, you only have to see the snake head, the monstrosity behind the Pope. That is nothing. If people are religious and they think, oh, that's a Jesus statue in the background, that is no of what I depict Jesus looking at. That's demonic. I can't even say it's horrible. Ugh, you don't get a good feeling from looking at that. It's even in a horrible colour. It just doesn't look right. Yeah, and there's supposed to be a lot of ancient, yeah, historical stuff hidden under the Vatican about extraterrestrial, about everything. I think they've had flipping Alexandra's bleeding scrolls down there. I believe everything's down there. It's a bit like in the Da Vinci Code and stuff. But they took it down. They'll be finding stuff out, but they'll be getting the proper, I believe, ancientness, um, knowings and teachings that will be shown to the people where we will all be retaught again. Um, and the world will be shown what our true original frigging truth is, basically. Some people might see that about shit crazy, but that's what I believe. It's all hidden. Yeah, it will awaken a lot of people, but this is where the whole thing goes. If, say, in the Vatican, in Italy, there's obviously a lot of religious people that didn't know about this. They're going to be so heartbroken that this was going on in their place of religion. Because remember, we go on about religion. I'm not religious, but I believe in a higher source, creator, God, whatever you want to call it. I don't have to be into the religion. And that's not knocking anyone who is. But even people who are into religion and they go to the Vatican, there's still people with good hearts that just go there, because it's a community and they're putting all that good intention out. But what's been going on, they're going to be heartbroken that they've been sat in a place that is harvesting all this actually crap energy underneath or whatever, harnessing their energy. If they're thinking it's good when it's like the complete difference, will waken a lot of people. They'll be distraught. But like I keep saying, to go to another consciousness now and take everybody with us, you have to see the dark. That's why people are getting so caught up in their own darkness now and their own shadows and the shadow work, because it's coming out. You have to look at yourself as well, and these people will have to look at themselves, what they've been a part of. But no, it's not their fault, but you're going to have to transmute that and transcend it, and whatever you do to get it out of your system, release and let go so we can move forward. I know their reaction is what we have witnessed, maybe for spiritual reasons. Maybe we can help plots. That's what I believe we're here for, yo. Hello, I can't say your name now. I'll call you yo. It's to help others see that even though you see the crap, which a lot of us know, I know what the crap is. There's probably higher stuff I don't know, but I'm still smiling. I've had to detach myself. The silver lining in it is, if it is seen and it's bad, then we say, right, like when you're in trauma, we'll push forward through it. Well, it is traumatic. Then we'll go, right, well, we're not having this no more. What do we do for solutions? Let's go forward. We're not having this. We'll speak the truth. We're seeing everything in the shadow, so this doesn't happen to kids again, and so on and so forth. And these secret societies, that JFK was shouting out, won't be able to work in secret underground and where people can't really see, or masking it under a building looking like something good when it's not. It has to be seen. How the hell do you get rid of it if you can't, if you're pretending to just be ignorant to it, not look at it, nothing, but it's making you go within and look at yourself and making you drop certain things you might have been a part of. It will make you drop friends, relationships, everything. And that's why people don't want to look at it, because they know some of the energies they're not going to be able to hold around them, which is friends, relationships, family, even things they used to do that they really thought they loved doing, jobs, everything. They're just going to be like, think about the times we were in of the lockdown. It's letting people do this and release. So it may be traumatic. People might be losing certain things, jobs like that. But in the end, I do believe it'll be for the better, because you have to be your true, authentic self. You can't be trying to go to all this in a job that you are realizing might have been working for something. If you just found out you're working in a job that was child trafficking children, and you just found out, would you want to stay in that job just for the money? Would you want to stay in that job? You wouldn't, would you? The Hampstead one is going to be, I'll tell you what, Red Eye Jedi, I came across that a couple of years ago, and people were saying, oh, it's false. Them kids aren't lying. They're just talking like, and people will go, don't be stupid, as if that's happened in a school. Really? As if they do that to, I'm not going to go on about it here. It's like, really? This is where people are going to have a brain fart. It's not even a brain fart. This is where people are going to pass in life over or end up in hospital, because they're just going to think, but this world's a great world and it's so, airy fairy and nothing bad happens. And it's like, really? But to go to a better world and away with beautifulness, because the world is, it, don't get me wrong, Gaia's a beautiful place, you know, nature. But to bring it all in together, you've got to see it all as it is. Um, the dark too, and that's within you as well. I know how dare they say they align, but see, that's what they do. Story comes out, it gets chucked out, and mainstream media always twist it. If mainstream media are saying it's a lie, it's just these kids were made up and they were on I don't know what they were saying, or they've just made it up. You know, it's completely bullshit. It's just, it's always been swept under the carpet. You've got Tommy Robinson in England going on about what's been going on there, whether people think that's a distraction or not. Well, it has been going on, and there's been prime ministers involved and everything worldwide, but they've just kept it under the carpet. And the reason why they don't want it to come out is because they know the people will go mad because it's been covered up for 40 years or however how long it is with that side of it, with certain people from certain countries doing things. And that's not just certain people from certain countries, but I'm just saying, because people will be like, it's not like it's been covered up for 2 years, 40 years or whatever or longer. It's like, what? And you've covered this up and people have known about it. But like I said, people have been, and it is all about the kids. You know, at the end of the day, it's the biggest frequency currency out there that they use. Yeah, we do owe it. Yeah. Yeah. And we owe it to the children, and you owe it to your children to stand up in your truth, because that's what it's about. We don't want our next generations to keep falling asleep. But luckily, there's a lot waking up the younger generation. They're starting to see, because they're not, especially why they're not in school at the minute being indoctrinated. If they were in, well, they have gone back to school, but what I'm saying is there's even teachers out there that didn't know. They get told what to talk about. And I remember just before lockdown, they were putting things in about the papers, showing kids the papers, what was going on in the news. What are you doing that for? Because you won't get two sides of the story on it, will you? You'll only get their agenda. So all of us, like I said, who were at school that never really got it and weren't really interested, are the ones that weren't actually brainwashed. But we were all made out to feel that we were stupid and we weren't intellectual. A lot of intellectual people have actually been brainwashed. I'm not saying that to all intellectual people, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, the young kids are waking up. We don't want to turn around and say we didn't stand up for nothing. We didn't say something. We just sat there and went, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's not happening to me. Because that's what people say. Well, it's not happening to me. It's not happening to my kids. It might not be, but why would you want it happening to other people's kids around the world? Why would you want that carrying on? People turn a blind eye. Oh, well, it's not happening to me. That's the problem. And that's a problem. Hi, Danny. Hi, Danny. That's a problem with people not speaking out. Like I said the other day when I did a bit of a chat on the chat I was doing the other day where I was having a rant and I didn't want to put that name out. Then it got put out. Is, well, sometimes you have to speak out about things, and sometimes you have to mention people and you have to bring that subject up, not because of that person, to use it as an example. If that's what I'm experiencing it, how can I talk about it? Because I've just had this experience, so I'm going to talk about it. And it's good that that experience came up yet again, because a lot of people are having problems with it, with negative people and negative energies going on right now because of what's going on right now with people getting confused. I remember my teacher throwing the national curriculum in the bin in a rage. Still remember, yeah, because there's a lot of teachers that don't agree with it, but obviously it's the job, and we understand all that, and that's what people have got to get onto the way of thinking as well. You can't say, oh, I wouldn't do it all the time, because certain things way back then when they had a bigger grip on it. But I do believe we're going to have a more holistic way, and who knows if they've been putting things into action, why we've all been off, because that's what I believe as well. Yeah, my cousin said that to me, but we had a photo taken with that lost prophet tweet when we were young, when I found out what he had done. Yeah, and there's all that. Was it John or Godden? Like, there's so much, but it's so interesting. You know what I mean? It's better than watching TV. I don't watch TV. Yeah, MTV's riddled with it, exactly. Hi, Jam. I'll just call you Jam for now. But, you know, I'd just like to say we're all resonating with people, you know, our Soul Fam. And the channel I'll shout out tonight talks about Soul Fam, as in the reason why you have Soul Fam coming in is probably a Soul Fam before, in many different lives. So anyway, I'm gonna go because I could sit here all night. I could just do a talkathon because I'm in the flow now. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? There's me going, I'm just coming for a little chat, and it's nearly 5:30, and I'll be on again about 8 o'clock, between 8 and half 8. I'll be back on going over this, but the other stuff I wanted to talk about. Yeah, hates it. Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, if you want my way of thinking on the subject, you'll have to pop over after with the brew because I know it's going to be a long one. I know it's going to be a long one about energy. And like I said, I think me and Red Pill Phil at some point next week or something said we're going to do another interview and we're going to talk about energy because people need to start realizing it's your energy that counts, you know, protecting yourself, not feeding into other people's, um, pumping your energies out as well. And you can do that with your imagination. Like, for example, I will talk about this tonight. I say, like, if I'm giving someone a cuddle, yeah, if I'm giving someone a cuddle, like last night I was watching this film and my fella gave me a cuddle. Hi, Cliff. I'm on a high frequency. Oh, yeah, I've not done that for ages. I'm on a higher frequency. Do da, do da. Yeah, Cliff always like that. There's a cuddle. And I'm in my head, obviously he doesn't know this, but in my head, I'm like imagining it. The energy of that cuddle, you know, because it's a feeling, was going out to everybody because that cuddle just felt like love. It was, you know, it just felt good. So I wanted to give that out. So I was imagining that going out as a colour and spreading out everywhere. There's loads of things you can do, and you don't have to do it how other people do it. But that's when people say, she's not doing the work. You don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And I do things in different mad little ways that I like to do it. So, yeah. Thinking positive, accomplishing a task helps. Yeah, and there's many ways. That's why I say it isn't, looking back at it now, this guy makes sense who said it's not a collective. What did I say he said? And I thought, yeah, I like that. I can drop the other bit of it that people have been shouting out, and even I've shouted out. What did I say he said? I mean, I have said this actually. It's not. Let me have a look. He was saying spiritual places are getting it wrong when saying it's a collective awakening. It's a collective awakening in a sense of, yes, because we're all awakening, so it's like a collective, but your awakening is your individual experience and path. Just because I'm doing it one way doesn't mean you have to do it the way I do it. Someone saying, well, I meditate 5 hours a day and that's what you should be doing, or you're not going to ascend, which just means you're raising your frequencies, you're raising to a high state of consciousness. No, it doesn't mean that at all. I meditate a lot through my art because I go into the now. Out in nature, going for walks, anything. You could be connecting to stones and God knows what. You do it your way. Don't listen to anyone else. If something's making you feel good, that is a frequency. Yeah. That's why I don't do things other people do, unless I think, yeah, I quite like that. I'm going to try it. Yeah, I like that. But if someone was telling me to do something, like once someone put in a chat thing on WhatsApp, oh, do this meditation, you got to do it every day and you got to do as it says. And I just didn't resonate with it. And I started and I thought, no, I don't resonate. So I'm not going to do it. Because it wasn't my words, it wasn't my way of doing things, so I couldn't do it. Yes, there's people out there who do stuff for guidance and it's brilliant, but I have a big problem with people controlling and narcissistic people, which I'll be talking about tonight. Yes, it's collective, but first and foremost, individual. Exactly, Yvonne. So we do get confused when people go, it's collective consciousness. It means that you have to be doing the same. It's like, no, it's collective, but it's individual. That sounds a bit contradicting. It's because we're all in it together, but we do it individually because we all have different ways of learning and understanding and understanding. It has to flow. Yeah, it has to flow, Lois. Exactly, that's the right word. Of if something don't feel flowing and it's making me think, it's not in the flow, I naturally just go with it. So I could be sat in here now, come off here now, and all of a sudden I think, I'm just going to go and do this. Don't know why I'm doing it, but I feel the need to do it. Like, hence the 2 videos I put up with the orbs yesterday. I just felt a need to do that singing thing that I do because I knew the energy was there, and I just do it when I feel the need to do it. Not because someone's telling me, or that's what I've heard someone say. I just go and do something because I feel the need to do it, and I'm not afraid of showing it. whether people believe it's mad, crazy, real, not real, dust, whatever, not really bothered. Um, you know, yeah, lowest position for 5 hours, wouldn't get much else done. Yeah. I mean, we know that you can bring things in with manifestation, but some people, that is for them, but that might not be for me. It might be 10 minutes. It might be a couple of times a week. Sometimes I forget, but like I said, I do it in what I'm doing now in my craft room. So yeah, like flow state, state from QQ and on, above and beyond, post, nice healing energy or vibration. Yeah, that music. Yeah, Q put a music out and it was really flow state, like a meditative. It was a healing thing that. Oh yeah, Q knows. And that's why I've realised what I'm doing now, talking to you, and I've been on. I don't know how long I've been on, and I said it was a small chat. If someone was going on about flow the other day, I'm stealing their flow. I doubt it because I go in my flow like I'm talking now. I just go into flow. And that's why I used to think I got pushed to go live. And live used to make me feel uncomfy because I used to, back in the day, I used to just video it, not live. And then I've always thought, oh, maybe I should keep to 1 hour because people are not going to watch for 2 hours. But I can't. It's just me. When I'm in the flow, I can't put a timer on it. Like, oh, I've only got 15 minutes to film this or an hour because it's all I'm going to be thinking in my head. I've only got an hour. I've only got, oh, you've got to watch for the time of the time. It's going to stop me from getting out what I need to get out with. If it's an hour long, 2 hours long, 5 hours long, then that's how it needs to be. People don't have to watch the whole thing. They can cut it up and watch it when they want to watch it, or whatever. I grow a strain called Red Eye. You create your own flow. Exactly. So when I'm in the flow, that's why I say sometimes I have to not look at chat because I get distracted from the flow. That's why you get trolls in and bots to try and break up what you're about to get out. Yeah, it was amazing. It put me into a deep sleep, felt even better. Yeah, I'll have to find that one again. I know it was on YouTube, wasn't it? Oh, thank you, Northern Wolfhound. Yeah, your light's too bright to fit into an hour. Yeah, it's not going to fit into an hour. And this is where you get the whole thing with trolls and people getting the wrong perception of you. When you shine your light bright, they want to come in and dim it. And then I say, don't dim your light for anybody. If it feels good, no matter how long you're going on for, no matter what you're saying. I tell you what, I think you can tell a lot of people is by looking in their eyes. I think a lot of people who are down in negativity, don't matter what they're doing, what they're saying, I'll say, look at their eyes. I think people have quite bright eyes. Just research above and beyond. Research above and beyond. Yeah, they have a really good flow state. It's brilliant. Look in their eyes. I mean, it's like the Democrats waffling on. You look at them, they look like the dynamics. Like in their eyes, they just look very dark and dead eyes. I think a lot of people who are happy, who are, working through themselves, bringing that source consciousness in, that they have light eyes. They're not dark eyed. I don't mean the color of your eyes. I just mean you can tell there's a light in their eyes. They're not. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Yeah. Johnson sees verbal cutting it only. I go to. Oh, sorry, you two are having a conversation with each other. But yeah, so I better go off because I'll be sat here till 8 o'clock yakking to y'all, and I'm coming back in a bit anyway. So yeah, like I said, if anyone doesn't know about Dr. Emoto, check it out. But I'll try and find the book after. But like I said, I did experiments on that about 3 years ago. And that's how you know, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. Energy's all around us all the time. Seeds available online, search. But it whole seeds. Oh. Are you two having conversations there? Oh, there's a Johnson in the house as well. So, and a shout out. I don't know if they're listening or they might catch up later. Someone did a little coffee donation the other day, and it was, I can't remember the first name, but it was a Thompson with a P because my mum's side was a Thompson. So, just what I say, I did email you back, but thank you very much for that. It was a nice little gesture. Nice little gesture. So yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, I'll see you all. I'll see you all later. Or I've got to want to go. Are you two having conversations again? Yeah, plan. I will see you all later, and I'll be shouting some channels out that I'll be catching up on, and some that I watched this morning that some of you might like or you might not like. Should be doing an interview at some point next week, hopefully with Red Pill Phil on energy, and that'll be good because he's a high vibing person, fun to chat to, and so that should be good. If you know who it is. If you don't, go and check his channel out. Yeah, take care. I can't even speak now. Take care. I'm just going to finish some of these things off that I'm doing while I get tea on the go and just listen to a few things and get ready for tonight. I will try and write things down, but it just won't go to plan because I'll just end up going with the flow again. But yeah, so yeah, I love you all too. It's just anything out of anything I will say is you don't have to feed into anything I'm saying. It's just be aware of your frequencies and let's try and just pump that up, and stuff. But like I said, I'll be going over this and more stuff after. However, I can't even speak now. However, it comes out. And the reason I need to talk about if there's the experience I'm having this week with people, I know there's a need to speak out yet again about stuff. And because I've had those experiences, so obviously I can talk about it. So yeah, thanks for all coming in, and hopefully I'll see you all later between 8 and 8:30ish, between that time. So you just have to keep an eye out because you know what YouTube's like. And yeah, I've been getting the old QAnon label still slapped under me and videos again. So thanks for the badge of honor. Oh no, 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 Yvonne, it's not Red Pill. It's not Red Pill 78, even though they're good. It's Red Pill Phil. Ah, Red Pill Phil. He lives up the road from me. He's got a channel. So just to put out there, it's not Red Pill 78, it's Red Pill Phil. Um, I'm going to try to find a great video that I watched last night. It's about how we become purple beings from being light beings. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, a couple would be good. So chilly this evening. Yeah, so I'll see you all tonight with a brew in hand. Get comfy because I'll be on for ages, like I always am, because that's just me. I do what I just stay on as long as I feel. Yeah, catch you later. And I need to put the heat on. It's getting a bit chilly. So yeah, catch you later with a hot brew, hot chocolate, whatever it is that you're into, and I will catch you guys all later. Bye.